Worth Airport in Dallas, Texas. Well, American Airlines, once again, is Tardy Airlines, American Tardy Lines. Yet another flight delayed. Surprise, surprise, surprise. But since the big Texas meet and greet is over now, let's just go ahead and play one last time while we're on the road here that song.
Your bags leave the cape behind. There's a brand new horizon for us to find. From the streets of Joburg to the Pretoria Sun, a new chapter started and it's just begun. It's not Samson, baby, and it's not my day. We're trading the reef for the Lone Star State. No JRU and all the South Fork crew, just a red, white, and blue welcome waiting for you. From Bosnia's hills to the Botswana sand, he's carried the fire all across the land. A life for the flag, for the faith, for the free. Now he's opening the gates for you and for me. Get ready for the Colonel's Texas meet and greet, where the Southers and the Patriots all dancing in the street. With the eagle's wings, where the spirit flies high, underneath the big old Dallas skies. Camaraderie, it's liberty, it's a brand new day. South Africa, welcome to the USA. Through the fire, you've stood the test. Now come find your peace in the heart of the West. No more looking back at the shadows of gloom. In the land of the brave, there is plenty of room. Grab a plate, grab a hand, feel the Texas heat. There's a whole lot of love at this meet and greet. The Colonel is coming, yeah, he's leading the way to the greatest nation where we're gonna stay. Listen, I'm royal and just promise of freedom. We put our trust in the Southern Cross to the bright Lone Star. We know who we are, we know who we Get ready for the Colonel's Texas meet and greet, where the Southers and the Patriots all dance in the street. The eagle's wings, where the spirit flies high, underneath the big old Dallas skies. Camaraderie, it's liberty, it's a brand new day. South Africa, welcome to the USA. The Colonel's in town, yeah, he's in town. Lone Star State, from the bushveld to the bayou. Welcome home, welcome home. Welcome home, welcome
All right, folks. Welcome back to the program. It's Chris live in Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. You can hear all the announcements behind me there. Once again, American Tardy Lines has got me late for my return home. Every time I fly with this airline, they get it wrong. Welcome back. Anyway, I just want to say some news updates. First off, out of the gate, the lady, the mother, the wife who was shot in the head in Gauteng is improving. Her family is in touch with RSC, and they've been pushed back to March. I hope that's not overly optimistic, but they have been pushed back to March. They're supposed to depart today. If she hadn't been shot in the head, they would be on their way to America on a plane right now. Really tragic story there. And I went, shut up, Jesus. Man, we've heard the announcement 10 times in Spanish. How about you just knock it off? Anyway, so she's doing okay, apparently. So I just want to update you on that. Pretty horrific situation there. She got shot in the head. And her 7-year-old daughter was at home when it happened. No boots, and it's not a great hat. It's a crappy touristy hat, but that's fine. It's good enough for my studio. Yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that. The big Texas meet and greet was a huge success, massive. 85 people were present. About 50, 55 were refugees. And bear in mind, a lot of refugees don't have transport or way to get to people. So They just weren't at the meet and greet. I did follow up the next couple days by going to meet with South Africans who were not able to come to meet and greet. So on Sunday, I went to the area near where Lily lives, an apartment complex, and 25 South Africans showed up. But 10 of them had been to the meet and greet, so I won't count them in the number. So we take the 55, add 15, that's 70 South Africans out of the 251 that have arrived in Texas by January 31st. That's 70, but I wasn't done there. I then went and met 3 more this morning at another housing complex. Very nice, by the way, better than most apartments I ever rented. Very nice place. And so that was 3 more. John Lowe, calling me now is not a good idea, man. I'm on the phone. Why do people call me when I'm live streaming? Anyway, so yeah. So anyway, so that was 3 more. And then I went back to where Lily lives, and I met 3 more South Africans. Now, I didn't include Thomas, even though I'd already met him. But so now I'm adding him in there because he hadn't been counted before. So that's 76, and then a family of 3 showed up at 79. So just short of 80 South Africans that I met while here. So yeah, it was pretty cool, pretty epic. The meet and greet was great. The braaibroekies were fantastic. No onions. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. It was fantastic. So I just want to share that live chat here. Yeah, well, hopefully she'll be recovered. She's going to have a lot of surgeries and facial reconstruction and things like that, which is just terrific. But I mean, yeah, it's so, yeah, so that's the meet and greet was fantastic. Meeting with South Africans is really good. I can say that now I've been to, onions are terrible. They're a bad chef's way of covering up their cooking. Chris, what's going on? Good to see you back. I haven't seen you in a while. Well, no, Chris, why would it be anything close to the Open Plus crowd? South Africans come to visit me, not Americans. And there aren't as many people in Texas as there were in all of for Pretoria. So it's just not going to happen. That's just silly. So, I mean, we had 500, 800 people at Open Plus. By the way, Chris organized that, just to let you know. So my thanks out to Brendy Wells and John B. Wells, both for coming, and Brendy for helping make the connections. One of those people just tried to call me during the broadcast. If he called 10 minutes before, it would have been fine. But yeah, so Brendy linked me up with Hannes Lowe, who happens to be a friend of Hein Marks. He's a friend of mine, so that worked out pretty well. And then they put us in touch with Ian Mayer and his lovely wife, Rosa, who hosted the event in North Dallas. It was wonderful. Went very well. Been a very busy day, but I've had bad luck. I went to Dealey Plaza this afternoon, did a live stream, and talked about the assassination of John Fitzgerald Kennedy there back on the 22nd of November, 1963, before my birth. Even that's older than I am. And I have to tell you that I have really bad luck with that stupid museum, because last time I was there, it was closed. This time it was closed. And last time it was closed on a Sunday. Now it's closed on Monday and Tuesday. I can't win for trying when it comes to Dealey Plaza. Maybe one day I'll see the Texas Book Repository Museum, but not today, and not the last time I was in Dallas. So we'll keep that in mind. Anyway, yeah, so what else did we do? Lily and I did a live stream on the Friday, which was pretty cool, in a really Gucci part of Dallas. So I did get rooked, though. I got rooked like a tourist here. I didn't know there were petrol stations next to the close to the rental car drop-off. I didn't know. Didn't notice on the way out because I went the other way out. I didn't come in the back way, which brought me in. And so I stopped off the highway and I paid for petrol. And everywhere else was like $2.69. Airport prices, $3.99. $3.99. $3.99 for petrol a gallon. That's ridiculous. So so when I drove closer to the rental car place, I saw, you know, lots of stuff that had it for $2.27. So I really thought rooked. But anyway, I only used $35 worth of gas for driving over Dallas this past 5 days. So that's not too bad. It's a nice ride. But then turning the car on was kind of weird because the airport doesn't, you know, the Avis guys, they didn't have any cones to tell you where they're going. They had a bunch of lanes and people went forward. I went forward and I got out. Then I walked halfway down the terminal and I saw that they were collecting cars there. And I told the guy at the booth, I said, what am I supposed to do? And there's no cones. Where am I supposed to drop it? So you can leave it there, sir. So I hope they don't screw me over. That's the hope anyway. So I'm going to check before one of you ruins this for me. And my fingers are crossed. And let me see what the result was, because it was this afternoon. Team USA defeats Canada 5-0 in women's hockey. Yeah, bro. That's freaking awesome, man. Yeah, those Canucks got smoked. Wow. USA trashes Canada Winter Olympics women's hockey game. Yes. Yes. That's awesome. Canada playing without Captain Marie-Philippe Poulin. Okay, why did he do that? Don't even give me a link to that, stupid. Wait, that's New York Times. I have the New York Times. Why am I not getting... Oh, this is crap. I'll go to ESPN. All right, good night, Chris. Good to see you again. Still better to top fuel at a high price than pay. Yeah, exactly. It is, Keith. I know. But I mean, I paid almost twice as much, which I've never done before. But I mean, $4. I'm paying three something, or no, I'm paying 2 something in Pennsylvania, so not too bad. The greatest rivals in sports, Canada versus United States women's hockey. Consider how close competition is. Canada holds the all-time edge and wins 25-23, and has scored only 2 more goals than USA, 135-133. On Tuesday, North American powers face off against each other. Well, that's already happened. Why is this giving me? That's old news. Now it's almost even. Well, that's stupid. Okay, here it is. Let me find the Detroit Free Press so if I can read that article. There you go. USA women's team faced its toughest task yet in 2026 Olympics, but you probably couldn't tell based on how the game went. Team USA beat Canada 5-0 final game. It's preliminary round. But now they're going to have to win the gold medal game too, so if they get there. So let's not get cocky. U.S. forward Hannah Bilka scored 2 goals, while Carolyn Harvey and Abby Murphy each added 3 points. 2 goals in each of the first 2 periods, adding a 5th in the 3rd period. Shutouts in each of its last 3 games. Wow. USA leads Group A with 12 points, 4 dominant games against Czechia, Finland, Switzerland, and Canada. Outscoring the opponents 20-1. USA, the number 1 ranked team in the world, is clear top team in the tournament before quarterfinal play begins. Wow, that's pretty awesome. The only thing about the hockey is these uniforms suck. They're like a throwback to 1980. They look horrible. We could have done so much better than these uniforms that they're using. Very disappointed in that. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for those of you tuning in at this hour. Just want to give you an update. I'm delayed. I should already be boarding my flight, but typical American Airlines, tardy, and they're not boarding. It's the noisy airport with the announcers. They're very loud. I guess they can't claim that nobody heard what they said. Am I still live? Got half as many people here. What's going on? Am I still live? Somebody tell me if I'm live. See anything happening here? Oh, okay. Thank you. I mean, it's not loading in my browser, and nobody's chatting, so I thought maybe you're all tired. It's late. Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. So we had 3 interesting interviews this time while I was down here. We had an interview with Ross and his wife, Letitia, which is just awesome. Love his cowboy hat, by the way. A lot better than what I'm wearing. He's a really talented musician. I was amazed at his singing ability. It was pretty cool. So that was Ross on Sunday. And then on Monday, Sunday night, I think it was, I interviewed Danny. Danny talked about pets. She works with Project X, and she's got cats coming over. And we also talked about mental health challenges. And so she was honest and shared her story, which was very rewarding. So that's another angle. So then the third different thing we covered was with Tabas. Tabas talked about having been to South Africa and arrived somewhere, in his case, Maine, and then relocated on his own. He cashed out, brought his chips, came to Texas. He's happy with his decision. And right now, he and some roommates are splitting the cost. That's saving their money. And so I think I can break it, but his fiance is coming over soon. Been waiting to see what her story is, and she's coming over soon. So that's good news for Tabas. I'm glad to hear that. Congratulations. Yeah, so all around some pretty good news today. A couple of the refugees I talked to have interviews this week. It looks promising. So that's good news there. And a lot of people are still arriving in the States. I'm receiving message after message after message from South Africans who've either arrived now or they arrived previously. Oh, no, I don't expect a large crowd at this hour. It's but I thought we were a higher number than 27. This stupid thing is not loading. Something with YouTube and Firefox doesn't want to play nice anymore. It won't load the stream. So anyway, just make sure the chat's coming. Yep. Anyway, so Texas to the rescue. Yeah, no, Lone Star State. So once again, as usual, my flight is delayed back to Harrisburg. What's new? I did pick up a couple of silly little things. So I don't like soccer, but I do like the sports clothing. So I did pick up this FIFA 2026 World Cup shirt. The FIFA logo there with U.S. and Canada and Mexico colors. Mexico got the biggest color there. Why is that? They have almost no games. Anyway, so yeah, I got that. And I picked up a couple Starbucks mugs. These damn things are getting quite pricey. I'm not going to be able to do this much longer. There's a Dallas mug. Lime green. That's kind of weird. Dallas on it there. Dos siete. Where am I at? Buenos Aires or United States? Seriously. Bueno. Kinder Chocolate Bueno. There's more Spanish than I am English at this airport. Yeah, I still have a tag in the back of my head. That's correct. Just like the guys in the hood, I'm not taking my tag off. So TP, not toilet paper, Texas products. Yeah, I haven't taken it off. That's right. I have a tag on the back. No hable español. Wait, no. Shouldn't have to. This is America. That's right. You're a xenophobe. Nope. Speak 6 languages. 3 of them are African. Raleigh had nice weather, 19 degrees Celsius. Wow, that's kind of warm. That's kind of warm. Scoops, what's up, man? How's it going to Swartland? So yeah, anyway, it's been a fantastic trip. Accomplished everything I'd hoped to and much more. A little disappointed. One family was supposed to come see me and they didn't turn up. I guess they changed their minds, but I mean, they said they wanted to do an interview, but I wasn't expecting an interview. I thought we were just going to chat, and it just never materialized. But other than that, it went pretty smoothly. And lots of thanks to everybody who showed up and those who came. I mean, we had refugees drive up from Houston, all the way from Houston, and treat me to dinner. It was really nice of them. People were very friendly. So the most consistent thing I heard from people, Javan Odahambo is customer experience government. Okay, so now it's finally live. I can see it over here on my laptop. But the most consistent common thing I heard, theme from the refugees I talked to, is how nice and friendly people are down here. Everywhere they go, people will greet them, they're friendly. So that's good to hear. I kind of miss that. That's what I grew up with. You know, you wave to people when you're driving, you say hello to everybody. That's just kind of disappeared in a lot of places in America. Certainly don't get that in Pennsylvania. People are friendly, but not friendly like they are in Texas. Not friendly like I am. So anyway, yeah. So East Coast, Ostrich, I'm glad you're enjoying Raleigh, North Carolina. The Research Triangle, Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill. UNC, NC State, and Duke in a triangle. Research Triangle. Lots of jobs, lots of money, lots of pharmaceuticals, lots of IT, lots of interesting stuff taking place there. All right. But they say don't mess with Texas. Well, I guess so. It's freaking big. Everything is big here, that's for sure. Airport's big. Highways are big. The people weren't that big, and I see a lot of obesity. It's all some, but not a whole lot. Very beautiful here, and people are very friendly. Yeah, I think they are. It's a southern thing. But, I mean, it's a rural thing, too. I grew up with that, so, yep. John B. Wells is on next. Okay. Yeah, I was going to go see John in the studio, but I didn't want to intrude, so last night I didn't do it. And then they wrote to me last night and said, can you come Wednesday? I'm like, I'm back in Pennsylvania on Wednesday. I can't come Wednesday. Sorry. So that ain't going to happen. This hat just doesn't want to sit right. Maybe my hair gets a little thicker. It'll sit higher up. It's only one size, so I had to get the size I had. Anyway, I wanted to touch base with you all. I need to check and make sure my damn flight's not delayed again. Let me see. American. American Airlines. But biltong is to account. Well, there's people here selling biltong, so I mean, you know, good luck with that. Let me check on my flight. Delayed. Check flight status. There we go. Oh, great. Now it's delayed even further. It's delayed a second time. These bastards are going to pull this for like 2 hours, and I'll sit here doing nothing. You'd like to be a fly on the wall for what conversation? Thomas says, hope Meg leave so he can go to bed. Yeah, no, it was 7 o'clock, then it was 8:02, now it's 8:25. Bastards. Every time they do this crap to me. American Tardy Lines, not American Airlines. Very frustrating. Oh, with John and Brendy. Well, that would have been cool. That would have been cool. We had, yeah, but I didn't go. So we'll do another live. But, yeah. No, they were fantastic. Those guys were great. Really made a nice difference in the trip. So, yep. So now I've lost another 23 minutes. 23 minutes. Anyway, you want coffee, James? Okay, I understand that. Jay-Z is big pimping in the Epstein file, says somebody here in his YouTube video just came up. USA beat Canada, man. Final 5-0. Most dominating Olympic performance ever. Team USA finished off 5-0 win. Wow. Yep. So let's take a look at some news here since I got folks here. I won't be able to do a night out tonight. By the time I get home, it'll be 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't think I'll be ready for that. Steenhuisen fires the vet critical of response. Oh, look at this. John Steenhuisen, the spiteful prick, can't stand criticism, so he fires the vet. Interesting. Let's see when this came up. Dr. Danny Odendahl has criticized the state's response for the delays in releasing the first local vaccine against these. Agriculture Commissioner Johnson has removed him from the ministerial task team on control of these a day after he voiced his criticism. See, I told you, John Boy just can't stand no criticism because the guy's a fraud. Shouldn't be the agriculture minister. He's got no concept as is what he's doing. He's absolutely clueless. He's a babe in the woods, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care. As South African ranchers and farmers go into bankruptcy, losing generations of labor and farms built up over a couple centuries, John Steenhuisen has been ineffective. He's been stone quiet. He's been clueless. And now when someone criticizes him because of his negligence and his ineptitude, they get fired. Hardly a surprise. Hardly a surprise. I warned you about this guy. I warned you. Steenhuisen sent a letter Tuesday that all team members are required to sign a declaration of impartiality and confidentiality, which require them to refrain from doing anything that might create a conflict with their roles. Well, criticizing is not a conflict with the role. So what John Steenhuisen thinks basically is that signing an agreement that you're not going to disclose what the team is doing and how it's going about it is akin to a muzzle. So he's trying to muzzle the members of this task team. That's not constructive. No, that's not constructive. Wow. Unbelievable. So hardly a surprise, folks. Hardly a surprise. I've been informed by the department that you have, as to date, not signed the required declaration, which is indeed disappointing, he wrote. Considering the above, you kindly be informed that your membership as a member of the ministerial task team was hereby terminated and rescinded with immediate effect. Wow. John Boy's firing people. He's the one who needs to be fired. What's the most unexpectedly awesome place you visited? Oh, gosh. The Airlines Islands in Finland were, I expect them to be nice, but I didn't expect them to be as nice as they were, so that was pretty cool. Another place that was unexpectedly amazing was, quite frankly, was Liechtenstein. The first time I went there was just amazing. I knew it was going to be cool, but the first time was just unbelievable. Steenhuisen's office told News 24 that Odendahl had been fired from the task team. This is the day after Farmers Weekly published an interview with him in which the veterinarian criticized delays in releasing the first locally produced foot and mouth disease. So once again, tin-eared John Steenhuisen can't handle criticism. Shall we do it? Shall we do the Lamola in honor of John Steenhuisen? You guys want to see the Lamola? You ready for it? I'll prove you white boys can't dance. I'll do John Steenhuisen's dance. You ready? Here we go. You ready? Here we are, John Steenhuisen in Vietnam. Hang on, wait. Let's get pregnant there. Okay, here we go. You ready? Do the Lamola. Yeah, John Steenhuisen. Even the gentleman over here got a kick out of it. Yeah, instead of being the Minister of Agriculture, he needs to be the Minister of I Can't Dance. That's what he needs to be. Whew, man, that's just ugly. That's just ugly, man. Oof. Don't let your kids see that. That'll blind them for life. You know, you'll have to take them to an optometrist. You know. Yeah, you might want to alert airport security. Somebody's going through epileptic seizure here. Anyway, so this guy can't handle criticism, so he fires the veterinarian that's on the task team. This is after he's ignored foot and mouth disease since December of 2024. I offered an opportunity to tell the country in April and May. He agreed to come on and do an interview. Then he blew me off, as he always does. Didn't show up. No apology. Rescheduled. Didn't show up. We pushed it to May. Didn't show up. And in the meantime, he ignored foot and mouth disease. It was constrained to only a couple of places in South. Now it's everywhere. Thousands of cattle. The dairy industry is completely devastated because of ineptitude and stupidity. Now, to be fair, it's not Steenhuisen's fault that the Ministry of Agriculture is inept. He didn't make it inept. The African National Congress made it inept by firing people based on race, by dithering people based on race, and then selling off, making money, being crooked, selling off the vaccine capability to Botswana and elsewhere. And so you can't even produce vaccines. But now he and the Democratic Alliance want to take credit for delivering 12,000 doses of foot and mouth disease vaccine. Wow, 12,000. You know, there's 14 million cattle need to be vaccinated, and need to be vaccinated more than once. But they got 12,000 doses. That's going to stop it. Unbelievable. Congratulations, Dogzilla, for the Seattle Seahawks winning their Super Bowl. I actually watched a little bit of it. I told myself I wouldn't watch it. I don't care for the Super Bowl, and I can't stand New England. Not really that interested in the Seahawks, not since Jim Zorn retired. So that's a long time ago. But congratulations. They earned it. Their defense was stifling, amazing. And, yeah, and their running back is quite impressive, too. So congratulations to Seattle Seahawks. who won the Super Bowl, game that I could care less about, but I'm glad to see they did. Yeah, they milked the state so much there isn't any milk for us now. Yep. Screwworm. Unaware of that. News to me. Where'd that come from? Mexico? You're welcome, Dogzilla. No, it was impressive, Dogzilla. I mean, hats off to the Seahawks. They earned that Super Bowl. Patriots weren't even in that game, ever. I mean, the score's misleading. 29-14 could easily have been 42-0. That could have been a 42-0 whitewash, but it looks a lot closer than it was. But Patriots were never in that game. Never in that game. The halftime show was pretty lame. Bad Bunny, more like Sick Puppy. Bad Bunny, not impressed. Not impressed. Also, with this nonsense of Puerto Rican independence, you want independence to take it. Lose your citizenship. You can't be independent American citizens. And frankly, the deal you have where you don't pay income tax, the rest of us have to pay income tax. Why are you more special than us? And then billions of dollars we pour in Puerto Rico. You are welcome to go independent. Adios, amigos. Go enjoy your independence. We don't need Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico can go. He can go. Ale, ale. Yep. Take off. Bad Bunny, Sick Puppy boy. Yep. Anyway. Yep. So that's my take on it. What the hell's going on here? Somebody stepping on a rat? Guys got a really loud back there. I thought I was making too much noise. Who the hell's Brandy Carlo? I have no idea who that is. I missed that. Oh, why can't I stay at New England? Well, you never asked me. You've never asked me why. I've told lots of people why I don't like New England. So who asked that question? That's Tabas Wybenga. The reason I can't stand New England is because in 1975 and 1976, 1977, the Baltimore Colts recovered from a period after Johnny Unitas departed, in which they were terrible. And then Burt Jones came in, Lydell Mitchell, the Looney Tunes defensive sack team on the front line, as well as Roger Carr. And then also we had some very talented, some defensive players that were in there. So it was an exciting time. The Colts started the season in 1975 when I moved to Scranton, Pennsylvania from Baltimore. And I'd never watched the Colts, but I was a Johnny Unitas fan as a kid. So there was a live over-the-air broadcast from New York. The Jets were playing the Colts in New York. So I was able to watch it. My stepfather said, "You want to watch football?" I said, "Sure," because the Colts are playing. I said, "Well, I'm a Colts fan." So we watched it. The Colts won that game. They were 1 win, 4 losses. They won 9 straight games to go to the playoffs. It was amazing. In the playoffs, they eventually faced Pittsburgh. They lost to Pittsburgh. But in the next 2 seasons after that, the Colts would lose like 2 or 3 games. And 2 of those games were a team that was like 2-14, the Patriots. So I hated the Patriots. Ugly uniforms. They had terrible players. Steve Grogan was good, but I didn't care for him. And the Colts would lose to them. Later, I actually kind of rooted for the Patriots briefly. I hate to admit that. But I think it was when Tony Eason was there. But when they not him. What's the other quarterback they had? They benched in favor of Pretty Boy Brady. When they benched the quarterback in favor of Pretty Boy Brady, I couldn't stand him anymore. This guy was a good quarterback. He was a great quarterback in his last 7 or 8 years in the NFL, but his first 15 years he was nobody. He was carried by defenses, and they acted like he was the greatest quarterback in history. The most innovative, the greatest, most talented quarterback in the history of the NFL is Peyton Manning, hands down. And they still talk about how Brady had Manning's number. That's not true. The New England defense, because the officials cheated in that 2003 playoff game in New England. I mean, the Colts receivers were basically tackled from the scrimmage line, and Manning threw interceptions because he overthrew the ball because the player had been tackled 5 yards downfield after 5 yards, and they would hold on to players, constant holding. Patriots got away with it early, and they just kept it up. So they stole the game. They cheated. The officials helped them, and then the Colts lost like 23 as a consequence. And they talk about how Brady has Manning's number, but they weren't playing each other. They were playing defenses. The Belichick's defense had Manning's number, but when you handcuff his receivers, who's he supposed to throw it to? The air, which is what he did. So that started a bogus, fake rivalry. And in the end, Peyton Manning has a better playoff record and a better record against Tom Brady than the other way around. He's got 9 wins and 8 losses against Tom Brady, if I'm not mistaken, and an advantage over him in the playoffs. But that's not how it was depicted for years. It was the Colts defense that sucked, and that's what cost them early on. But eventually got their defense together when Bob Sanders came along, and they were just amazing. Thank goodness he showed up in Super Bowl season. And if it wasn't for Reggie Wayne not executing his route properly, the Colts would have beaten the Saints in the Super Bowl too. Yep. And if it wasn't for the scumbag play of the New Orleans Saints, their bounty gate, targeting quarterbacks and attacking them after a play is over, in which they damaged Peyton Manning's vertebrae, he would have still been playing into his 40s, and he would have passed for 90,000, 100,000 yards. So greatest quarterback in history, most innovative, a guy that understood the game better than anybody. There's a reason they called him the sheriff. Yep. And yes, I'm biased, and I'll admit my bias, but I'm right to be biased. The best quarterback ever. And that comes even considering Johnny Unitas, Y.A. Tittle, all the great quarterbacks in history. Bye, Dogzilla. Wow, Dogzilla was polite in front of me tonight, so I didn't block him yet. Hey, James. We all have our own team. Let me check on my flight and see if it's been changing. 8:25 was the last time. It's still 8:25 now. Unbelievable. Yell Tapper, what's going on, man? What is going on? How y'all doing? We're up to 44 people now. That's cool. Let me take a look at the medal count here. The USA was going to get a medal in curling today, either silver or gold. Let's see if they got it. Olympics results 2026. Okay, today. Women's alpine skiing. Ooh, the U.S. got a bronze. Women's combined, we got a bronze in the slalom. Alpine skiing, women's combined final download. We got first place. So that's not over yet. We got first place, Austria, second, Italy. So I guess they have more runs. Biathlon, Norway, France, Norway. Norway always does well in that. Cross-country skiing. The U.S. got a silver in cross-country skiing. That's awesome. Cross-country skiing women's, Sweden. They ran the table. Svan, Sunding, and Dahlqvist. Wow, that's amazing. Show more events. Curling, the USA lost, so they get silver in the, Sweden beat them 6-5. And that's in the mixed doubles. The bronze medal game, Italy won. So it's Sweden, US, Italy in the curling. But hey, we were nowhere in curling a few years ago, just Canada was. We never had anything. Suddenly now we can do something in curling. That's amazing. Figure skating, Malinin from US, first in the quarterfinals. Freestyle skiing, US got second and third for the women's moguls. That's the first run. Freestyle skiing in the final run, Norway came in first. And Hall got the silver for U.S. and New Zealand got the bronze. Ice hockey, Finland beat Sweden 3-1. The women's, USA beat Canada 5-0. Germany beat Italy 2-1. Sweden beat Japan 4-0. In the luge, it was Germany's Talbitz who got gold. Vitola from Latvia got silver. Congratulations, Latvia, the Baltic states. And Farquharson from the United States took the bronze in the luge. That's incredible. We don't do well in the luge. We rarely do well in the luge. Or bobsled. Fantastic. We got a medal for the luge. In short track, Italy got the gold, Canada got the silver, Belgium got the bronze. I'm surprised the Netherlands didn't get that. Okay, short track, final relay for the mixed. Okay, so the Netherlands didn't get anything. Okay. Short track mixed team, semifinal. Mixed team. Okay. These are confusing now. Short track mixed relay quarterfinal. USA came in second. Ski jumping, Slovenia, gold, Norway, silver, Japan, bronze, team final. Okay. So there you go. U.S. Skater Ilya Malinin gets standing ovation in the Olympics. Wow, he must have been really impressive. Must have been impressive. So the men of figure skating took their first turn in the singles competition. The 2026 Winter Olympics on Tuesday with quad god Ilya Malinin lived up to the hype of the short program and scored 108.16 into a massive standing ovation. I definitely felt like I was in a better zone this time. The gold medal favorite sits atop the standings, earning the free skate on February 13th, after which medals will be awarded. Having that attention, all those eyes on you, that pressure really shows who you truly are on the ice. It's another skill to be able to perform it under pressure. I think that's something I really enjoy. Teammate Maxim Naumov, making his Olympic debut, skated second in the lineup, scoring a season best 85.65. In the kiss and cry section after, 24-year-old held with him a photo of him as a 3-year-old with his parents who died in a plane crash that killed 67 people near D.C. a year ago. Oh, that's right. I remember that. His parents died in that plane crash when the Army helicopter hit it. Fellow American Andrew Torgashev turned in an 88.94, putting him second through Group 3. Wow. So, man, American men have done well. American in first. and 8th and 14th. We got some work to do if we're going to move up those guys. Yeah, congratulations there. The Olympics, man, I love the Winter Olympics. Always have. I like them much better than summer. Although I've come to like the Summer Olympics now. Politics row erupts over South Africa's vaccine success. Let's see what that says. Political row erupts over the foot and mouth disease vaccine success. ANC disputed the DA's claim that Agriculture Minister John Cena has revived foot and mouth disease vaccine production, crediting ANC-led groundwork since 2010. ANC's highlighted former Minister Toko Didiza's 2022 initiatives, including a $600 million investment to modernize vaccine facilities in collaborations with experts. So the government spent $600 million to modernize the vaccine facility, and they produced 12,000 vaccines 4 years later. Ooh, well done, ANC. Well done. So impressive. Not. Unbelievable. Chief economist at the Agricultural Business Chamber of South Africa, Wandile Shibolo, said all role players could be seized with resolving the problem at hand. The ANC in Parliament on Monday moved to debunk what describes the DA's misleading claim that Senize has single-handedly brought back foot and mouth disease vaccine production after 21 years. One of the claims the ANC wants to debunk further is DA's insinuation that foot and mouth disease vaccines were only seriously addressed once the DA took charge. Well, they weren't. They weren't taken seriously. If they had been taken seriously, we wouldn't be in this boat now. That's the criticism I've leveled at John Steenhuisen. He ignored this. So the ANC didn't take it seriously, nor did John Steenhuisen. Yep. A few days later, the whip of the study group in agriculture, Sharon David, stated the assertion was factually incorrect and ignored the substantial groundwork laid on the ANC's sixth administration. Shilobo said the diseases originated from wild animals, particularly buffaloes, and subsequently spread to cattle. This is why areas bordering natural reserves, such as Plaza and Talon, come along are the most exposed to the outbreaks. South Africa has the capacity to produce vaccines for foot and mouth disease. However, starting in 2015, the organization responsible for vaccination production, the OBP, the Undisdeployed Biological Products, which works for the ARC, encounters significant difficulties with mismanagement. Yeah, because they're all criminals and thieves. That's why they mismanage it. Good morning to you, Jared Vasels. Yeah. Yeah. So Steenhuisen taking credit. It ain't working so good. Many years of research supported by the state have paid off. Well done for everyone involved. Yeah, August 4th, 2023, they launched this initiative. Yep, they sure did. That's when they launched the initiative. But Steenhuisen ignored it. Now he wants to take credit for it. It's so funny. So funny. Wow. Today's top 7 stories. Let's see what they got here. Make sure my gate doesn't change. Top achieving Pretoria matriculant on life at varsity after she battles rare condition. What's that rare condition? Oh, Paul Sullivan, I'm not here just to defend myself against allegations of these criminals. Brittle bone disease. Oh, that sucks. She has brittle bone disease. That's terrible. Sullivan says, don't ask for respect, you're going to shout at me. Good for you, old Sullivan. He says he started a process to explain how the criminal justice system was captured not only by criminals, but also by politicians. He says, remain calm and wasn't belligerent. Don't ask me to respect you if you're going to shout at me. He says, Parliament has a duty. Malema says he's undermining them. This is white supremacy. Sullivan will not accept his words being described as white supremacy. He says the members have privileges to say such things, but he will not accept them. We are running these proceedings. You're not running proceedings, says Malema. Dude, you're a convicted criminal. You shouldn't even be there. Why is he even there? Malema says they've been running this process smoothly. Really? The only thing you've been running smoothly, Julius Malema, is your mouth. The only thing you've been running smoothly. Let me check on my flight, folks. The board's right here. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You can still hear me. I got the microphone on. We'll wander out here and see if they've delayed my flight again on American Tardy Lines. Let's see. Harrisburg. 8:25 hasn't changed. Okay. All right. American Tardy Lines. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. That hurt my foot. Anyway, it's a lovely airport. I'll give them that. We are running these proceedings. You're not running these proceedings. Please respect us and respect the chairperson. Wow. What a comedy. Well, Sullivan says he won't partake in the kangaroo court and threatens to withdraw his cooperation. Blame wants committee staff to get the advertisement post O'Sullivan got at AXA between now and 10 o'clock. This was O'Sullivan asked whether he is here to give evidence or whether he is here to be interrogated about allegations against him from criminals. If it's the latter, he will withdraw his cooperation. He says multiple witnesses belong in prison and peddled the lies that he infiltrated the police and IPD. He says it's imperative that the full story is given. I didn't come here just to defend myself against the allegations of these criminals. He said those allegations were only made because he took steps against them. Yep. Thank you, Ocular Smile, for your membership. It's raining in Austin, Texas. Austin city limits. It was raining here earlier today. How's my hip? Well, it's been catching. Earlier it caught. Puts a hitch in my step. It's not pleasant. It's painful. But it's not sore. It was sore yesterday, and I took an anti-inflammatory, and that helped.
Excuse me. Wait, sir.
People trying to get one from the airport to the other. Why is Leah Matthias in there? What is she doing on the commission? She's sitting next to her brain dead criminal, convicted criminal, Julius Malema. I'm seeing pictures here. This is interesting. Well, Sullivan says people tried to kill him back in 2014, walked into a trap, and were all caught. So Sullivan came back and to face this panel and share with them, but they don't care about justice. They're just covering up the black supremacy and lies and the graft. Yep, what a shame. Boy, John Cena just keeps digging bigger holes here. Taking credit for what the ANC did. The ANC didn't do much of anything, so it's nothing to be proud of, taking credit for what they did. Man, oh man, oh man. So how are we doing here? What are we doing? 37 concurrent viewers, 43 likes. Thank you for the likes. Residents demand justice after an elderly couple's murder. Huh. Kenton unseen, Eastern Cape. 16% decline in rhino poaching. When it's 100% decline, then come back and talk to me. Otherwise, it's not worth our time. Man narrowly escapes death in the Pumalanga restaurant shooting. The policing bill for the State of the Nation address was $1.26 million last year. Wow. The only threat that the president faces in the State of the Nation address isn't from terrorists, it isn't from criminals, it's from the EFF. The Economic Freedom Fighters is the only threat to the president of South Africa. I mean, if they just keep the EFF out of the proceedings, they don't need any of these cops. Just, you know, send them outside, put them in a FEMA tent, and you won't have any problems. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. Honestly. So let's take a look at something else here really quickly here. Brutal assault on a Durban homeless man. What's this all about? During a recent call, President Ramaphosa reaffirmed South Africa's commitment to a peaceful resolution of the Ukraine conflict, engaged with President Putin on trade ties to return to South Africans fighting in Ukraine. Really? So he talks to Putin, but he doesn't talk to Trump. See where your bread is buttered there. Insurance Security Services strongly condemned the conduct of its officers captured video brutally assaulting a homeless man in Durban. The company described their actions as completely unacceptable and violates the company's professional standards and core values. Well, why don't you have him charged with a crime? Have him charged with a crime. A statement issued on Tuesday, the security firm said it has zero tolerance for that behavior and undermines the safety, dignity, and rights of members of the public. Director of the Dennis Hurley Center said the incident happened outside the embassy building in Durban CBD before Christmas. The victim was last seen when he was taking inshore officers in the vehicle following assault. All have been placed in precautionary suspension pending outcome. Precautionary suspension? This happened at Christmas. It's already mid-February. You haven't fired these people and preferred them for charges? That's unbelievable. Yeah, that's unreal. So, President Ramaphosa, according to a statement issued by the presidency, Ramaphosa expressed South Africa's ongoing support to diplomatic peaceful efforts aimed at ending the Russia-Ukraine conflict, adding that his position was consistent with South Africa's long-held view that all wars end through negotiations. The call took place on February 10th, today, during which Putin briefed Ramaphosa on developments in Ukraine and what Russia described as a commitment to a diplomatic solution. On bilateral relations, Ramaphosa welcomed ongoing engagement with Moscow to strengthen economic cooperation. Yeah, because less than 1% of South Africa's trade is with Russia, so we're going to focus on that. Not your second largest trading partner. Ramaphosa welcomed engagement with Russia aimed at advancing the development of mutually beneficial trade. Wow, 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 wow. Nonsense. I'm not in California. Oh, felt the same, but I've been here for a week. We're actually very happy. Well, where are you at there, Anthony? I don't recall hearing from you. Did you send me an email or a message? Come visit us in California. Well, I'm not going to go to California unless I know where you're at. I detest Los Angeles. It's a cesspool. San Diego's okay. San Francisco has gone to the birds, but I mean, the area around there's not too bad. So where are you at there, Anthony? Got to have a critical mass of people to come. Otherwise, it's a lot of money for nothing. Hilton Hotel in Durban. Wow. Let me see. I'll do a search on that. Whoops. It's already permanently closed. Yep. Wow. That's something else. I didn't see that because I've been busy. I've been following much of the news, just focused on the Olympics and my trip. So, iconic Hilton Durban shuts after hotel group yanks agreement. Global hotel group Hilton has cut ties with the owners of well-known Hilton Durban and hotel adjacent to Nkosi Albert Tully International Convention Center. The move was abrupt as the change reportedly occurred last week, with guests being informed electronically. Links to the property's page on Hilton.com returned there. Hotel is listed as permanently closed. A five-star hotel reopened under the Hilton brand in 2024 after being shut for more than 3 years due to COVID. The time of reopening was rather strangely confirmed by the Durban municipality. Mayor Cyril Khabat said at the time the initiative would provide a significant boost to the city's tourism, particularly as it coincides with the start of tourism month of September. Guests have reportedly been informed that any reservations will not be honored under the Hilton brand and that the operator is no longer involved in the property's management. They're told to contact the property owner directly. The group's 4-star Garden Inn property at the Umhlanga Arch is offered as an alternative. Given its location, the hotel has been an important part of the city's conference and business ecosystem, along with the Southern Sun, Elangeni, and the Maharani Hotel, nearly 1,000 rooms. These are not leisure hotels. They rely on business and event-related travel. The closure of the Durban Hilton means that all 3 original Hilton properties in South Africa, the Hilton Sandton, which like its Durban counterpart opened in 1997, the Hilton Cape Town, which opened in 2011, the Durban property have shut. The Sandton property has since reopened as NH Sandton, while the Cape Hotel opened as the Hyatt Regency, the first Hyatt branded property. Hilton has since opened Doubletree by Hilton in Woodstock, the Garden Inn property in KZN, Hampton by Hilton, and Sandton Grayston, and Canopy by Hilton, Cape Town, the iconic Long Kloof Studios in Kloof Street. Wow. It's 150 million revamp in 2014. Well, there you go. So they must have something happened. A well-known site in Durban Central Business District has changed management. IOL can confirm that as of this month, the Hilton Hotel, situated adjacent to the Nkosi Albert Batuli International Convention Center, is now managed by the African American Properties Hotel Party. As of February 5th, the African American Hotel Properties Hotel Party, the owning company of Hilton Durban, has unilaterally terminated its management agreement with Hilton. This means the hotel is no longer part of the Hilton portfolio. It's not available to book via Hilton. Across Africa, our 4 properties continue to welcome guests, and we remain committed to the country with another 3 hotels in the pipeline. At the weekend, posts began circulating on social media with guests claiming that they were informed of the change in management and how it impacted their booking. Sharing an email from Hilton, the guests said they were allowed to either rebook or inquire with the new hotel's owners. Hotel's new owners. Expedia and Hotels.com will also update the stage for Hilton. This property is closed from January 9th to January 31st. Google Maps, the listing which has been switched to permanently closed. Wow. Well, that's it. The Hilton's gone. I stayed at the Hilton in Sandton. It's gone now. That's not even there. This is what happens when you run a country based on racism, racial preferences. People don't make money. Racism doesn't win, doesn't pay. Stupid people should wear signs. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? How we doing here, folks? Yeah, Durban's CBD is crap. That's why I call it dirt bin. I've been there. It's dirt bin. It's disgusting. It's filthy. Yep. It's a shame. It's an absolute shame. Santa Ana. Well, that's LA. Well, more inland. Inland is the desert. Inland is Barstow. What do you mean by inland? You go inland, you're going to be in the desert. You mean further north, maybe. But inland is the desert. Unless you get to the Central Valley, and that's all artichokes and vegetables and stuff like that. Yep. Hey, Warbird, what's going on? Santa Ana. No, not my cup of tea. LA. Maybe I'll come to LA. There's a lot of South Africans now. Plus, I need to check out that Boca bar there. See if anybody recognizes me. Yep. Hang out there. That'd be pretty cool. Yep. Durban CBD is crap. Excuse me. Thank you, Pat, for the update on that. You shot movies in Barstow. Oh yeah, Shawnee. I like to watch lots of documentaries. That's what I was talking about. Wild Rush is one of my favorites. That's an amazing documentary. I love documentaries. Absolutely. You like the hat? It's a cheapie, but I figured, it's kitsch. We'll get it anyway. So, yep, there you go. So, got myself a silly hat. Why not? Why not? You only live once, right? Christina Aguilera, Calvin Harris, Foster the People, and Major Lazer. March 13th in Dallas. Anyway, yeah, so. A lot of car commercials shot around Barstow. Blood Cup, that's interesting. Didn't know that. I'm in the wrong industry, man. I got to get in that Hollywood industry and start making me some real coin. Make me some coin. By the way, I showed some more people who watched my Belufteland appearance. The more I see it, the better I think I came out. I came out pretty good in that Belufteland. I like when they did the close-up to me when I was talking about things. Pretty cool. Also, they let me talk about the fact that it wasn't for Afrikaners, it wasn't for farmers, it wasn't for whites. Is that Emmett Smith? Yeah. They're all advertising a Choctaw casino. Flysaf Air also being sold. Flysaf Air is already owned by an Irish holding company. So I'm not sure what you mean by sold to a private firm. It's already privately held. So I'm not sure what that means. Pull to pull, and now I'm starting to watch One Strange Rock. I have no idea what those are, Sean. It must be shows on Netflix or something. Your shirt and hoodie is waiting for your pickup. Stupid people should wear signs. Well, you mean it's at the post office? Is that what you mean? So you got confirmation arrived? Thank you for that, Apocalypse Ninja. How's it going on your end? You guys settling in okay? You ready to do an interview? I got a lot of people stacking up for interviews here. James says, looking shop. Most small towns in South Africa have been degraded for years. Municipalities collapse no service like water purification, so there's no refuse. National Geographic documentary is about how Earth works in Disney Plus. Disney Plus, not my cup of tea. I do own shares in Disney, and they've done very well over the years, but I'm not a fan of Disney. Getting there, I guess. Still on for Sunday. Okay, all right. We are doing Sunday. I forgot. Did you send me a photo? I need a photo. I can't remember. I got so many people writing to me. I mean, I gotta get a PA or I gotta start writing these things down. Yeah, good. So we're on for Sunday. Apocalypse Ninja will be on with us Sunday, unless you want it anonymous, and then I don't recall. Some people want it anonymous. It's hard to keep track. Anyway, yeah. So 54 minutes, 35. So you ever rent Airbnbs versus? I don't rent Airbnbs in America, but I have rented Airbnb in France, and it's a mixed bag. They were okay, but it's uncomfortable living in somebody's house when they're there. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not a big fan of that sort of thing, but I've done it. I had to do it for the World Cup because the combination was outrageous in France. Plus, I mean, in France, I had a rental vehicle, an SUV, so I had to make sure I had a place to park the vehicle. You know, I pay a fortune. So, yeah, I've tried the Airbnbs, but it's it's okay. But it's weird because the property owner rates you and you rate the property owner. So, Not to be perfect. Still have a few families. That's fine, Apocalypse Ninja. We can do that. We'll call you Danny Barrett or something like that. We'll figure something out. So yeah, we can do that. Absolutely. Anonymous is not a problem. Not a problem. I gave the facts for what, James Shaw? What did I give the facts on? Dan, I know. Somebody criticized me. This is a cheap kitsch one. Do you know what a real cowboy hat costs? $700. $700. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for something I'll wear once in a blue moon. I mean, first off, I don't need a hat. I mean, look at this. Whoops. Don't need to have the hat. I mean, this is all me, man. So, yeah, I know. I went and looked. When I bought that hat for the Weather Guru a couple years ago, I was looking at hats. I told him, I said, you know, they're expensive. And I went and looked, and they were super expensive. Yeah, Dan knows they're expensive. Tell your dad I said, hey, Dan. Hope he's doing well. Great guy. I love meeting him. Well, I missed the Cowboy Action Shooters. They were a lot of fun. Dan, I can't come to Wyoming. There's only 6 refugees there, man. It cost me a fortune. I wouldn't see anybody. I know, Dan. You can give me a hard time. I know. I told people from the outset, this is a cheap, kitsch, touristy cap. And it looks, from a distance, you can't tell. But up close, you know, just a few bucks. So I bought that. No big deal. Memory from Barstow area. We shot music video there, and back pressure plate of camera broke. Toothpicks wedge in them to keep the plate pressing against the film of the gate. That's hilarious, Blood Cup. Some interesting stuff you had happen there. So it is 7:27. I should have already left here at 7 o'clock. Let's see how, before delayed again. I don't trust American Airlines. I don't want that. Check flight status. Here we go. 8:25. 12:12. Well, it said 12:17 arrival earlier, so I don't know what's going on with this, but the departure time hasn't changed now for it. So, yep. Anyway, anywho. Yeah, I love it. So let's close that off, close that off, close it off. Let's see what's going on in the USA since we talked about South Africa. FBI released him as a masked person to hunt for Nancy Guthrie. Oh, wow. That's pretty wild. Dude's got, so this is a real kidnapping. This photo is wild. Check it out. I don't know if you can see this. You guys see that? That's the dude who did the kidnapping, apparently. Looks like a white guy. Or Mexican, I'm not sure which. White or Hispanic. Wow. That's crazy. So this Samantha Guthrie thing is real. It's not fake. A masked person with a handgun holster was caught on camera outside the front door the night she disappeared. A person wearing a backpack and a ski mask can be seen in one of the videos tilting their head down away from the doorbell camera while nearing an archway. Holding a flashlight in their mouth and trying to cover the camera with a gloved hand. Wow. It says this will get the phone ringing for lots of potential leads. Well, I hope so, but how? Wow. Until now, authorities have released few details, leaving unclear if ransom notes demanding money, but the deadlines were passed were authentic or whether the Guthrie family had a contact with whoever took her. Samantha posted the new surveillance image on social media Tuesday saying the family believes Nancy Guthrie's alive and offering phone numbers for the FBI. Doorbell cameras disconnected February 1st while software recording movement of the homes minutes later do not have an active subscription. Oh, jeez. Wow. So she didn't have subscription, so she couldn't have the footage. So if someone gets kidnapped and the security company won't let you have the footage. Authorities work to get it, apparently. Heartbreaking message by Samantha Guthrie and her family shifted from hopeful to bleak as they made pleas with whoever took her. The video just ahead of the purported ransom deadline Monday. Samantha Guthrie appeared alone and spoke directly in public. We're in an hour of desperation. We need your help. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt said President Trump watching this surveillance footage was in pure disgust, encouraging anyone with information to call the FBI. That's crazy. This is crazy. Wow, that's crazy stuff. Crazy. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up, charge my devices, and hopefully my flight will depart. Let me just double check one more time, make sure it hasn't changed. So it's already been delayed a couple of times. 8:25, which is 9:25 Eastern Standard Time. I don't know why she's a target. Looks like it's still going on. So, all right. I'm going to wrap up here. Thanks, guys. Be sure to hit the like button if you haven't done it already. It's a small audience tonight. Wow, 2 SWAT teams and a bomb squad out. Okay, that's good to know. Yes, right now I'm trying to go home, but American Tardy Lines is tardy once again. They're 80% never on time when I fly with them. It's just same thing. Hey, Hendo, you guys take care. Be well. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks for hitting the like button. We'll catch you later.